In today's Classic Gallery, I will briefly share my review of the recital by pianist Yunchan Lim at the Seoul Arts Center on June 22nd. I was really looking forward to hearing Yunchan Lim perform Chopin's Etudes live. Initially, I was a bit disappointed to hear that the program had changed, but once I saw the new lineup, my disappointment quickly turned into anticipation. The program, featuring character pieces by 3 romantic composers, made me curious about how much of Yunchan Lim's imagination would be showcased. Personally, I believe that Yunchan Lim has already joined the ranks of the best pianists today. Many critics already acknowledge his talent, comparing him to Horowitz, Richter, and Sofronitsky. Listening to his performance, it's hard to believe that someone just 20 years old can interpret music in such a mature way, leaving me in awe with thoughts like, how can someone so young interpret the music like this? What I find most impressive about Yunchan Lim is his sound. His robust and 3-dimensional sound is so distinctive that you can recognize it from just a few notes. From the overwhelming loudness reminiscent of an orchestra to the crystal clear soft notes, his sound possesses a dynamic range and color akin to the best audio system. Despite my seat being far from the stage, his sound felt incredibly close, which was truly impressive. Sometimes I wonder, what differences would a sound analyst find if they compared Yunchan Lim's sound to that of other pianists? Moreover, he possesses not only superb technical skills, but also lyrical and emotional expressiveness. Watching him perform, with his facial expressions, body gestures, and hand movements, you can see how he becomes one with the music, making it easier for the audience to become immersed. His interpretation of music suggests that he reads between the lines of the score, making one marvel at how he can convey so much meaning, not just in melodies but in every voice within the piece. Another strength of Yunchan Lim is the exceptionally long breath of his musical phrasing, making today's performance feel especially short. This was the first time I felt regret at the passage of time during a performance, which means that his storytelling through music was captivating and skillful. Despite the long phrases, his excellent control of tempo made it effortless to listen to. It reminds me of my mentor's words about how Karajan's ability to maintain long phrases was a key reason he became a top conductor. In this recital, composed of character pieces from the Romantic era, Yunchan Lim performed Mendelson and Tchaikovsky's lyrical and emotional pieces in the first half, and contrasted them with Mussorgsky's pictures at an exhibition, showcasing the pinnacle of pianism in the second half. Mendelssohn's songs without words are essentially songs played on the piano. The first piece was sweet and lovely, and the second piece began with such dreamy beauty that it felt as if the music were speaking to me intimately. Tchaikovsky's The Seasons is a work that combines literature and music, inspired by the poems of a great Russian writer and depicting the 12 months of Russia. In Yunchan Lim's performance, the imagery of each season conveyed through the poems was vividly brought to life. The year felt like the shortest yet most colorful year I've ever experienced. In February's Carnival, he captured the joyful and excited atmosphere of the festival with lively and clear touches. His expressive gestures that matched the music added to the delight. March's Lark was impressive in its portrayal of the lark's song resonating through the clear morning air, creating an illusion of being in a vast forest. The dreamy barcarolle in June transitioned into the contrasting Song of the Reaper in July, which was the most memorable. Yunchan Lim embodied the joyful spirit of the harvest, almost dancing with his shoulders as he played. From July to September, He played almost continuously, but created a sharp contrast with October by taking a long pause, heightening the audience's anticipation and carefully managing the mood shift. October, slow and melancholic, was at risk of becoming tedious, but he alternated the melodies of the right hand, left hand, and inner voices, pouring deep emotion into each note and vividly expressing the sorrowful essence of autumn. The waltz-like December was particularly striking, with Yunchan Lim's skillful timing and harmony in the left hand's waltz rhythm and melody. His creative interpretation, especially in the final part where the tempo slowed and the hands played seemingly disjointed monologues, stood out. Although I knew he would perform Horowitz's version of Mussorgsky's Pictures at an Exhibition, today's performance was distinctly Yunchan Lim's own version. He played with considerable rhythmic freedom, adding trills and tremolos in the first piece Nomus, and even played notes differently from the original. In the third piece Tuileries, he vividly depicted children playing and laughing with his innocent gestures. In the sixth piece, Samuel Goldenberg and Schmoyler, he stuck to Mussorgsky's original rather than Horowitz's version, portraying the conflict between the arrogant rich man and the groveling poor man with a fast tempo and gripping tension, making it feel like a dramatic scene. The dramatic transition to the seventh piece with the addition of a B-flat at the end of the sixth piece, which is not in either the original or Horowitz's version, was notable. The seventh piece, Limoges, was a showcase of Yunchan Lim's pinnacle pianism, featuring a masterful display of articulation. Despite the very fast tempo, his precise and clear staccato, combined with his skillful use of accents, vividly depicted the lively, bustling, and noisy market scene. The eighth piece, Catacombi, felt like viewing a transparent watercolor painting, with the fantastic left-hand harmonies and rich expressions of color reminiscent of an impressionist painting, capturing the nuances of different shades. In the ninth piece, depicting a witch flying freely in the sky, Yunchan Lim added glissandos that were so fitting they made me gasp in amazement. The 10th piece was a grand and diverse display of sound comparable to an orchestra. He even stomped his feet while playing, creating a unique performance. The powerful low notes reminiscent of explosive brass, the brilliant high notes, and the bell sounds together created an orchestral soundscape. The intense energy and sometimes rough strikes would be mere noise to most, but Yunchan Lim's sound struck the heart with resonant impact. Yunchan Lim's performance is based on Horowitz's arrangement, but his unique interpretation and style add a distinct charm. Classic Gallery believes that performing music to persuade and move the audience is similar to delivering a speech. When I listen to Yunchan Lim's performance, I am reminded of Obama's speeches during his presidential campaign. Even though I didn't fully understand Obama's English, his expressions, voice, tone, and gestures conveyed a sincerity that moved me deeply. Similarly, Yunchan Lim, with his wholehearted dedication from head to toe, is more than just a skilled pianist. He is a supreme messenger who genuinely conveys the composer's intentions to us. I applaud pianist Yunchan Lim for his excellent skill, humility, and sense of responsibility, which allow him to deliver a compelling and free interpretation. This concludes today's Classic Gallery. Thank you.